Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The last public comment before our election. It's exciting, I think. We're coming towards the end here, and I wanted to make a few comments about the improvement in the dialogue with the city and its officials since this election season has started. We've had a lot more use of Facebook. Some people don't usually use it, and we've had some good discussions. I wanted to bring up one thing that Tim Stone started, a group called RSM Votes, specifically to sort of dialogue with the candidates and to air out some issues. I don't know if he'll continue that past the election. If he doesn't, I might do something similar. But someone named James Rates, I think, hope I'm pronouncing his name right, asked a question which I thought was interesting, because a lot of people, as you go through this process, will ask you, what is your plan for the city? What is your agenda? You know, as a candidate, what do you want to do? It always feels like someone's expecting like a business plan, like you're going to a bank applying for a business loan. It's like, what is your civic things you want to have happen? And I don't really approach it that way at all. And then this guy put it pretty clearly. He says, I have a two-part very basic question for the candidates. The answers provided by each candidate would help me greatly, and probably others. What exactly are the specific roles, civic functions of the RSM City Council, authority, responsibilities, etc.? And number two, why should we care? So Brad answered this question very thoroughly. He gave what I would call a textbook answer on what most people consider the functions of City Council. I approach it a little bit differently. I don't disagree with any of that. Things like public safety, financial management, having a clean, safe city, having it well efficiently run. I agree with all that. I think where I differ from the other candidates, and I think this is important for the City Council to know, is that me and a lot of other people, we see City Council as the face of sort of all government. All the different layers that kind of combine. It seems like the current City Council is much more focused on their little strata and just exactly what's in the charter, and focusing on efficiency, like the Brown Act prevents us from talking about anything that's not on the agenda. I think a lot of people have a much more expanded view in terms of scope of the layers of government we're all subject to. I think City Council is kind of the face of that. And I think you recognize that on some level when you send things out to our congressman, when you invite Bill Breaux to answer, to talk about what's going on at the state level, what's going on at the federal level. We sort of recognize that in some ways, but then when it comes to the City Council looking at anything that affects the state, it's like, oh, it's not our business, we're just a city. The other thing I think in terms of subject matters, the real thing, I think we need to be a little more open-minded about the different things that affect our community. And if something happens, like today, there were some pipe bombs mailed to people in the media, that's a big issue, and we're not discussing that at all. I would say simply, that's absolutely wrong. Violence is never the answer, and the media is not the enemy of the people. And that doesn't happen with our City Council. Thank you. Bye.